We're gonna get started in 3 more minutes. Hopefully I'm live. I don't know where I'm live at. All right, so we live. Hey, if you guys can hear me, give me a thumbs up. If you guys can hear me, give me a thumbs up. We're gonna get started in the next 2 to 3 minutes. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. Appreciate it, Katiana. All right, go ahead and share this video. We're gonna get started in a couple of more minutes. Wait for a few more people to get on. Today we're gonna be talking about product market fit when it comes to your business. Go ahead and share this video. Share this video. I believe I'm going to be giving you some good information today. So I ask that you share this video to those individuals who are business owners, entrepreneurs, or who are looking to get in this space. Go ahead and tag them, share it, view it, watch it, record it, whatever. We're going to have a good time this morning, or this afternoon, rather. All right. Just making sure. All right, so going to go ahead and get started. All right, so another live coming to you on a Sunday. I know I have some people watching the Dolphins game. It's all good. I'm still gonna do what I do. You can always catch the recording. So just a quick updates before I get into the training. Crowd Wall Street has officially launched our campaign where we're raising capital to launch our phase 2. For those who don't know what our phase 2 is, our phase 2 is being able to launch our platform where we're able to offer equity and real estate opportunities for investors. Not only for investors, but also giving developers or even just investors on the flip side and business owners to raise capital. Right now, what we have is our reward base, similar to companies you may heard of, Kickstarter. So that's what we have right now, reward based, but we've been getting high demands of, individuals that want us to launch our equity platform. So for us to make that happen, where you guys will be able to invest in businesses, invest in real estate opportunities, in exchange for equity or revenue share, we have to launch our phase 2, which requires obviously capital to do so. So we're asking for you guys' support to help contribute, as little as $25 to our campaign, so we can make things possible and we can continue to move forward with Crowd Wall Street and the things that we have planned. Also, another update: we are in, I would say, somewhat the final stages on summing up documentation to open up our branch in South Africa. So more news will be coming there. We also would probably do a live announcement with the South Africa team, so you guys can see who they are and what they bring to the table and what our goals are in Africa. So we have a lot of moving pieces that we're working on. So again, we appreciate you guys' support so far. Just by sharing this video, telling people about Crowd Wall Street. We've been having people in our inboxes asking questions, and just people that's just supportive, of what we're doing and see the vision and the goal that Crowd Wall Street has. One last thing I want to do is I have noticed people who has been contributing to the campaign. So like we haven't did really no big marketing, anything like that, because we understand it's the holidays, people trying to shop for Christmas and, the pandemic, all this stuff going on. So we really haven't been doing paid advertisement yet, but we still been speaking with friends and family to help contribute to our campaign. And so what happened is a lot of people are not, people are contributing, but they're not understanding the incentives at the tiers that we do have. So before I get started with today's training, I kind of want to go over the website so you guys can see and understand the opportunities or how to get incentivized for your contribution. So real quick, I'm going to share my screen to show you guys how to navigate through our website. Let me see. Okay, so this is how you contribute to our website. So when you're on the website and you go to www.crowdwallstreet.com, this will be the first page that comes up. So as you scroll down, you can see, a little video here that you can play to watch the little animated video about Crowd Wall Street and we, came into existence and why we have the vision and mission that we does. So it gives you a brief background on why Crowd Wall Street was created. And then as you scroll down, you will see here, Building Crowd Wall Street. This is where you can contribute at. So when you click here, Building Crowd Wall Street, our campaign will pop up. So as you see here, the campaign, it'll show you how much we don't raise so far. $315 so far with 9 backers that contributed thus far. So what happens is, especially if you're on your phone, a lot of people go right here and they type in what they want to type in and they back our campaign up, right? So a lot of times people don't, they don't read the whole campaign, anything like that. But this is where people stop and they contribute. However, as you scroll down, you will see a little back history on why we started what we started. They give you backgrounds and everything. You just read about, everything that we're doing and why we're raising capital. So on the computer to the right, you can see the rewards. So now you can see, okay, at $25, you get a thank you email. At $50, you'll get, a Crowd Wall Street t-shirt. You'll also get a Facebook Live, Instagram shout out. If you had the opportunity to also send us a picture and we'll highlight you, like we'll put you on our social media and give you a shout out, showing that, you're an ambassador for Crowd Wall Street. So, and then we scroll down to the $100, you get free access to Crowd Wall Street University. Many of you guys already know about our membership app that we're coming out with. I'm not going to really elaborate on that because I don't want to kill too much time. But as you can see, as we scroll down more, we have different ways you can contribute and you get incentivized based on where you contribute at. So our highest tier is our, we have our $1,000 where you can be part of our advisory group. So here you can be part of our mastermind group where you be able to participate in real estate deals, equity deals, and private, investment opportunities. And also you get to see how Crowd Wall Street operate. So that's one of our highest tiers for investors. And as businesses, you can be a sponsor at $2,500 where you'll get your logo on our websites. If you decide to raise capital on our campaign, you get 2% off of our success fee. You will get all the VIP member package, which I just went over a little bit. And you get free advertising on our social media. And that's our highest package. So you can contribute as little as, $25 as high as, $1,000. So I just wanted to share that with you because a lot of people didn't know we had these rewards that offer. And then again, you can go down and see, like, for example, the use of funds. This kind of explains what we're raising the money for and what the money is being used for. Like where's the money going towards? As you can see, new platform, the FINRA fee. We have to get we have to get approved by the SEC. We have to have an escrow account. We need legal documentations that we need to get done. We have to do marketing and also working capital so we can sustain our business. So as you can see, when you read these things, you will understand more, and it'll paint that picture on why we're raising money, who Crowd Wall Street is, what our vision, what our goals is. That way you guys can understand more on what we're trying to accomplish. So all this stuff is, here breaking down everything of what Crowd Wall Street is, what we stand for. As you can see, the African partnership, everything is broken down here. So when you get a chance and, you want to contribute to our campaign, this is where you go at. You have the option to, donate, contributing whatever amount you choose to contribute. I just want to break that down to you so you guys can have, a clear understanding, right? So now that that's out the way, hey Jessica, thanks for joining in. Jessica will be interviewed next week, so you guys tune in. She has a brilliant and great, opportunity, for Black businesses, and we're going to go over that, where she's going to talk about this and the things that she has to offer small Black businesses. Next, you guys make sure you tune into that. Now, getting into product market fit. This is a training again, and as a team, we keep our word to saying, like, we're going to educate. Not only we're going to educate you on crowdfunding, but we're going to educate you guys on investing, on business, anything in this space. We feel obligated, and it's our duty to educate you guys. So again, share this video, tag some people. Let's get started. So here it is, getting into sharing my screen again. So here we are. All right, so here we're going to talk about product market fit. Some of you guys may heard of it. Majority of you guys may not even heard of the concept of product market fit. Typically, this word is used when you have startups in a capital raising space that's looking to raise capital from investors or VC firms, and this word is tossed around about having a product market fit. And this don't only works for that arena, but it also works for anybody that's looking to start a business, whether you're selling products or whether you're selling services. It really don't matter. The whole objective when starting a business is finding that product market fit. So what is a product market fit? A product market fit means finding a good market with a product and capable of satisfying that market. Really simple. You have to find a product that fits the market. Whatever industry, whatever sector that you're getting into, the whole objective as a CEO, as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, is finding a product or service that fits your target market. That's all what product market fit means, right? So a lot of times I see people start businesses based on their own personal values, their own personal likes and dislikes, and think that because they like the product or they feel some type of emotional attachment to this particular product or service, that everybody else going to like it. And it don't always work that way. End of the day, is really what the customers like, because they're the ones that's buying this stuff, right? You ain't paying for your own product and using your own product. You're going to sell it to customers. And if they're not feeling it, then you don't have a business, right? So for you to succeed in your business and for you to scale and grow your business, You have to find that product market fit. You have to. And I'm going to show you today. So typically when raising capital or even just starting businesses, you always start at what we call the pre-seed stage. And this is where you're starting at your idea stage, where you just come up with this idea and say, hey, I want to start this business. I have this great idea, right? That's at the pre-seed stage. Then from the idea, you have to come up with your MVP. Your MVP is your minimum valuable product, right? Which means when you're starting a business, it doesn't have to be 100% perfect, right? You can't, like, imagine spending all this money on a product that nobody likes. Now you don't waste a whole bunch of money. Amazon did this when Amazon came out with a cell phone, and assumed that people would like it because Amazon is Amazon, right? So people assume that, Amazon say, hey, I'm gonna come out with a cell phone. It's gonna be unique. We're Amazon. We're a big brand name, so people's gonna buy it. And reality is nobody brought it because they didn't like it. They didn't like the phone. So Amazon lost over $170 million. It may not seem a lot to them today, but back then it was a lot. Can you imagine losing $170 million building out a product that nobody wants, right? So you always want to come up with a minimum viable product to test the market, get feedback from customers, see what they like and dislike. These are the things that you need to do before actually full-fledged and launching your business, right? So once you have your minimum viable product, you jump into the second stage, right? The second stage is what we call the seed stage. Now you're moving from your minimum viable product to product market fit, right? So when phones came out, or when you upgrading your phones, what most companies do is have a beta test. That beta test is you have a group of people who come out and test your product. Same thing like you go in the mall, right? When you walk in the mall, even though they're not trying to, but I'm just giving an example of a beta test. When you walk in the mall, you have these people that's in these kiosks and they have these makeups. What do? They call you to the side and say, hey, do you use this? Or hey, do you have that? And look at your face and look at this. And then they'll have you sit down in the chair. They'll grab the little makeup. They'll put it on you, right? They're testing their product. Then they show you in the mirror, and guess what? You're getting feedback. They're getting feedback from, a potential client to see how this makeup or how this perfume make them feel. And based on that feedback, now they identify a product market fit. And you see that a lot with companies. So just like I tell people, like when I did consulting, back then, if somebody had a great idea, always try to target your potential customers, give them something minimum, say, hey, if I was to launch this particular product or service, how would it benefit you? What's your thoughts on this? Or hey, test this out. Like a friend of mine's, he came out with this soap, right? So what he did was he asked a couple of people, hey, who want to test out my soap? So people volunteered to test out the soap for free. He shipped the soap to everybody, and that's where he's identifying a product market fit. It's supposed to help with acne. If it works, then we can move to step 3. A lot of people, when they start their business, they start at 3. They skip 1 and 2. They start at 1, skip 2, and go to 3. And I know you guys see it on Facebook all the time. Oh, I'm not making no sales. Oh, I'm not getting no traffic on my website. Nobody's buying from you. Why? Because you didn't identify your product market fit. Another thing, you haven't identified your target market. You're just trying to sell to everybody, and everybody is not your customer, right? So once you understand you have a product market fit, then you go to step 3, which is now you move from product market fit because you identified your target customers. You identified a product that serves your target market. Now is going from PMF to scalability. Now you want to scale your company, right? Then once you scale your company, now you're looking at growth. Now it's growing. And I'm going to get into more details to explain this a little bit more. And so you guys can be educated on how the business world really works, right? So this is just an idea of the step-by-step process that business owners really don't take. They come up with an idea and they automatically trying to scale their company before they even find a product market fit, right? And you just can't do that. So here, this is a pyramid on how the step-by-step process. Make sure you screenshot this, take a picture. So anybody that's looking to start a business, this is the step that you need to take, right? So the first thing you need to do is identify the market, right? Very first thing at the bottom of the pyramid, you want to find your target customer. Who is your target customer? Where do your target customer hang out at? What do your target customer likes or dislikes? What are your target customers complaining about? What problems are they having, right? So you have to identify your target market, right? Once you identify your target market, whatever that may be, it can be nurses, it can be police officers, it can be, YouTubers, it can be online marketers, it can be, people at a particular salary range, people with certain professions, right? Whatever your target customers is, you need to identify it, right? Once you identify your target customers, the next thing is, what are their needs and wants, right? What does this market needs, or what does this market wants? Because at the end of the day, you have to develop a product that they need or wants. That's the only way you're gonna stay in business. Can you imagine starting a typewriter business? Nobody needs it and nobody wants it. We have computers now where we can type up our emails and send an email. We don't need typewriters, right? So why would you even come up with a typewriter business, right? So for you to understand your market, you have to understand what it is that this market needs, what it is that they want, right? Once you identify the needs and the want, then you go into the product market fit. Now, how can I create a product or a service that will serve the needs and wants of my target customers, right? And I'm gonna teach you guys how to find that product market fit. So once you find that product market fit that will cater to the needs and wants of your target customers, now you have to tap into the value proposition. What value can I bring to my customers? What value can I add to this product or service? Then the next thing is features. This primarily probably works for more so individuals who's coming up with apps that's in the tech space, right? Or some type of online feature or website, right? What features can I add to this website? Or what features can I add to this app, right? So you want to identify different features and understand this. When you're creating features, you don't have to launch everything on the first round. Give them a little piece, test it out, see how they like it, then come out with something new. You see that all the time with phones. You buy a phone, just like I hear a lot with Apple. You buy a phone, they have a particular upgrade. Then 6 months down the road, they might come out with something else. Look at Instagram. Instagram just changed their format not too long ago. I'm quite sure they didn't think about it when they first started, but they kept innovating. They kept trying new things. They launched new products. Why? Because of number 6, customer experience. That's what UX means, customer experience. If you're not paying attention to your customers' experience, how are you going to be able to cater to their needs and wants if you're not understanding their experience? A lot of changes that goes on with Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, a lot of these social media networks, is data. They're looking at the experience of customers. They're seeing how they responded to certain things, certain pictures, certain ads. And then they have their developers on the back end creating new features based on the customer's experience. So when you're creating a product or service, always ask questions. See how your customers are reacting to your product or service. That way you can always be ahead of the game. You can see what your customers like and dislike is, and you always want to pivot. Everything is not going to be perfect when you start a business. And all of us have that syndrome when starting a business. We want everything to be perfect. We don't want to be scared to jump out there because it's not right. The website not right. The app is not right. So I don't want to start right now because it's not perfect. Who cares? Because at the end of the day, you're going to always develop. You're going to always pivot. You're going to always make changes. At the end of the day, it's going to happen. The whole purpose is just launch. After you find your target market, right? And understand the needs and wants, right? Hope you guys understanding this, right? So here's the question. I hear what you're saying, Tavares. This is my first time hearing about product market fit. How to find a product? Like, how do I do this, right? So the first thing you want to do is find a good market. Many people jumping into businesses and they don't even understand their market. I'm gonna repeat that. Many people jump into businesses and don't understand the market. They want to start a soap business. They want to do life insurance. They want to sell shoes. They want to do this. They want to do that. They want to sell clothes. They want to sell t-shirts and don't know nothing about the market. Nothing at all. So, and then when you look at public companies, we invest in stocks, right? When you look at public companies, when you look at the Amazon, when you look at the Walmarts, you look at, you know, the McDonald's, the Burger Kings, the Target, the Walgreens. When you look at these big corporations, you can learn a lot from them. And when you understand how to read financial statements and you understand how to read their SEC filing, their quarterly annual filing, and you look at how they're deploying their capital, especially in the startup stage, a lot of them are spending money on research and development. Research and development. You can learn a lot from these big companies. Why? Because they're trying to identify the market. They're trying to see what's out there. And they're thinking 5-10 years from now. These individuals who's coming up with technology like Tesla, the electric cars, they didn't just wake up and say, this is what I'm going to do. No, this took research and development. They've seen the market trends. They've seen what the future is going to look like in this particular industry, in this particular sector. What is the consumer behavior, right? So when you jump into business, you always want to understand the market, what the market look like now, what the market going to look like in the next 5-10 years from now. If you're not thinking long term, then 9 times out of 10, your business is not going to last that long because you don't understand your market, right? So first thing you want to do is identify a good market. What is a good market to get into that I, as a business owner, can satisfy their needs and their wants, right? The second thing, choose a good value proposition. What value can I bring to the market? This is one of the things that I had to do starting Crowd Wall Street. Me and my team got together and said, okay, cool, we found a good market, crowdfunding, right? The second thing we thought of, okay, what value can we bring to this market? What are the competitors are doing? The people who already have crowdfunding platforms out there, we use them as benchmarks. I don't care about all that. Oh, I'm in competition by myself. Scratch all that. You have competitors out there. Learn from them. Yeah, you can compete with yourself. That's all good and dandy. But at the end of the day, the other people who have similar businesses like you, they're not thinking the same way, right? Because everybody's fighting, trying to get that market share because they're trying to 2x, 3x their revenue, right? So you learn from your competitors. You learn from people who are in the same industry as you. Find out what they're doing. What can you do that's better than what they're offering? What product or service can I offer that's better than my competitors? What value can we add? And that's how we came up with Crowd Wall Street. We seen the industry, we seen the market, we understand the future trends in this space. And now what we did is develop a value proposition, right? The next thing, once you understand the value that you bring to the table, pay attention to your product. Pay attention to your product. What are people saying about your product and service? Ask for feedback. See how they're reacting. You know, look at other competitors. Like for me, I like to look at reviews. Many of you guys like to look at reviews, right? What are these people saying? So you have to pay attention to your product and service to understand what the temperature is with your customers, what they like about it, what they dislike about it, what is some input that they can give you, right? Then once you understand that aspect, you choose a tested business model. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. So what I mean by choose a tested business model, look at, for example, you have McDonald's, you have Burger King, you have Taco Bell, you have Wendy's, you have KFC, right? You have Popeyes. All of them are in the same space. Fast food restaurant, right? One thing is in mind, people want their food and they want it now. Some people don't feel like waiting. That's why they don't go to the dine-in restaurants like Fridays or Chili's or Red Lobsters or, you know, Gigi's. They don't go to these restaurants all the time because they know it takes time. You have to wait in line. You have to sit. You get your water first. You know, it's a slow process. So people want, you know, if you want to run, you're on your way to work, whatever, you need something quick to grab. So all these restaurants are the same. So McDonald's really didn't reinvent the wheel, or Burger King didn't really reinvent the wheel. These are what's called tested business models. It work. You can dine in. You can all right. You can go inside McDonald's, stand in line and order your food and go. Or you can go inside McDonald's and sit down and order your food. Or you can go through the drive-through, right? These are the three things that you could do at McDonald's. When Burger King came in the picture, they chose a tested business model, right? So why? Burger King, Wendy's, all of them have the same thing. Now, what's the difference? McDonald's say, hey, we're going to come out with the Big Mac. Burger King say, hey, we're going to come out with a Whopper, right? So they come up with a different, unique value proposition that they can serve their customers. So when you're coming out with a product or service, look at other competitors that's in the same industry as you. Look at their business model. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. If it works for them, it can work for you. Only thing is, you just add your own taste to it, your own value proposition. So this is how you find your product market fit. Find a good market to get into. What value can you bring to that market? Pay attention to your product or service and choose a tested business model. You can always tweak it as you go. Hope you guys understanding this. So in the business world, you have an economic cycle, right? When you look at stocks go up and down depending on the market, right? You also have what's called a product life cycle. Many of you guys probably never even know this word probably even existed. You probably don't even think about this, right? So in business, your introduction is really where you start at, right? This is your idea. You find your product market, you're getting things going, you're trying to find your first customers, you're trying to build up revenue, right? That's at your introduction stage. Once you find your product market fit, you have customers, the next stage is what? Growth. Now you're trying to grow your company, you're trying to scale it. At some point, you're going to hit maturity, right? Because, what happens is once your company hit maturity, throughout years, if you understand human changes, the human behavior changes over time, right? We end up what we used to like, we don't like no more, right? Because innovation, new things come around. We might get tired of this. We might get tired of that. We might want something else, right? So sometimes, not all the time, but very few companies are able to sell something way back in 1980 and still sell the same thing and be profitable in the year 2020. One example is Coca-Cola, right? Coca-Cola don't have to change their business model or anything. They just continue to sell Cokes. Why? Because Coca-Cola is Coca-Cola. Everybody likes Coca-Cola. One thing Coca-Cola did do or tried to do is come out with something called New Coke. They went through the process. They did a beta test with over 200 people, and people liked it. They liked the New Coke, but they didn't make really good sales on it because people didn't ask for a New Coke. They was fine with the Coke that they had, right? So when you look at companies like Toys R Us, Sears, all these companies that went out of business, it's because of innovation. A lot of these companies hit the maturity state, and to the point where their sales was flatline. They really wasn't seeing no growth or scalability. So there's only two things to do: try to maintain the business, innovate, or die. And a lot of these companies weren't in position to innovate. So as you know already, a lot of these companies died off, which you see the decline. So understand that there's a product life cycle when it comes to business. Just because you come out with a product today doesn't mean it's going to be a necessity tomorrow. So you always have to go back to what I'm saying. You always have to put money behind research and development. Find out your market, understand your market. What are the changes that's happening around you? Because if you're not ahead of the game, it's going to be hard for you to innovate. It's going to be hard for you to pivot when it's time to pivot. And then eventually your business will decline, right? So signs that there's no product market fit: reduce market size, right? If you see that the market size in your industry, whatever industry you're in, is declining, then more likely you're not going to find a product market fit unless you come out with something real innovative that will boost the market. The second thing, low response from customer base. Listen, it's a hard truth and it's a hard pill to swallow. A lot of times people complain and they want support for their business, but if you're not making those sales and you marketing and you putting it out there in front of people's face and, and people are not buying your product, then you don't have a product market fit. One or two things, you're not solving their needs and you're not solving their wants, one or the other, or both. So you have to go back to the drawing board to see, okay, what it is that I need to change to grab the attention of the people. The next thing is, again, and it's kind of some match with low response from customer base, is to have high visibility but no engagement. Meaning you have people looking at your websites, you have people looking at your social media, but nobody's buying anything. And I'm quite sure I hear this a lot. There's no engagement, but there's a lot of people, a lot of traffic coming through. There's a problem. And it's not the people, it's however your product is or how you marketed it. So that's another thing that you have to look into. How are you marketing your services or product, or identify your products, right? So these are the things that you have to look at to understand that whether you have a product market fit or not. So when you hear the statistics about 90 to 95% of businesses failing, you have to factor in this portion when it comes to startups. A lot of these startups fail because they don't have a product market fit. They don't have a customer base. So what happens, these businesses end up dying out because a lot of you have companies start every day. People starting businesses every day, like literally every day. It's probably like 300 businesses that started today, right? And eventually these businesses will eventually fall out because they cannot find a product market fit, which end up messing up their cash flow, their revenue, the capital. They can't get loans, they can't find investors, all that bundled up together because they don't have a product market fit, right? So understand that. So as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you have to find the answer to these questions, right? When you're developing and starting a business, you have to ask this question: does anyone want this product, right? I use the typewriter for an example. If I'm for to come out with a new typewriter, I have to ask do people really want a typewriter? At this day and age, we spoil. We have our phones, we have our laptops, we have our computers. Even now, we can send emails on our TVs. Do people really want a typewriter, right? So you have to ask that question: does anyone want this product that I'm about to sell, or this service that I'm about to serve, right? The next question: would they pay for it? Would they pay for it? I have the product. Now, would people pay for this product? The third one: does it solve a real problem, or does it add a real value? This is the key. This ain't no secret. This ain't no secret sauce. This ain't nothing that you have to pay thousands of dollars to understand. When you starting a business, these are the questions you need to ask. Does anybody want the product or service that I'm offering? The only way you find that out is understanding your target market. Who is your market? Then you gotta understand what they pay for it. I see a lot of people jump into businesses and their target market is low income individuals, and then get upset because these people can't afford their products. Well, you got to change your target market. You can't sell $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 product or services to low income individuals. They can't afford it. Duh. Again, because you're not researching, you're not developing, you're not doing research in the development, you're not understanding your market. This is the problem. The people who you're targeting do not have the money to afford you. Right? Last thing, does it offer something different to my competitors? And go back to my rant again when I hear people say, oh, I don't have competition. Yes, you do. You have competition. Because if Sally down the street is selling the same thing you're selling, but she offer faster, delivery service and you don't, guess what? They're going to shop with Sally. Why? Because they get their stuff faster than you. So you can keep saying you don't have competitors. You do. So these are the questions that you need to ask yourself. Anyone want this product? Yes or no? Would they pay for it? Yes or no? Does my product solve a real problem or add value? Yes or no? Does it offer something different to my competitors? Yes or no? Once you answer these questions, then you can move on to the next step, what I already previously discussed, right? Data. Understand data is a big business. Those few that's in business, survey your customers. Don't just ask them to rate your product 1 to 10. Oh, I'm selling this product. Can you rate it 1 to 10? What is that telling me? You need more defined answers to the questions. Don't just ask, oh, tell me if you like it or not. No, you need to ask more questions. Question number 1. What are the deciding factors for using this product over other options? Like, why did you choose me? What made you come in my shop today? What made you purchase this soap or this shirt? Like, why did you come to me versus Sally down the street? You want to know. They may say, oh, a friend referred me. Or they may say, I heard good things about you. Or they may say, I'm a returning customer. I used your product or service before, a couple months ago, and I like the way your customer service was. Or I like the way this product did that. Or I like the way, whatever. They're going to give you a reason why they came to you. And you need to take a mental note to that so you can understand your market. What do you like or dislike about it? A lot of people, you don't want to hear about the bad part, but understand that helps your business. If somebody don't like a product or service that you're offering, ask why. Because maybe it's something that will help your business, something that you may need to change, right? So that will help. The best question to ask is, what can we improve? Don't think you have a perfect product or service, because you don't. Nobody does. That's why most businesses are always improving. That's why this is right now, because nothing is perfect. The world is always changing. Human behavior is always changing. So your business must always change. So ask the question, hey, what can we improve? How can we make this better for you? What is some of the opinions, or what is some ideas or suggestions that you have? That will help build customers' relationship, because now your customers will feel part of your business, to know that they're able to give an input and to know that you care about their feelings, right? So these are the 3 things you need to ask your customers when they're buying from you. Why did they purchase from you over anything else? What do they like or dislike about the products that you're offering? And what can I do to improve? Is it the process? Is it the system? What is it? You ask the question. If they don't have anything, okay, cool. If they do have suggestions, you write it down. And you will know it's a big thing if you have more than one person saying the same thing. Now you can get together with your team and say, okay, we surveyed over 20 of our customers, and out of 20, 15 said we need improvement in this area. Now you know what to work on. Now you know where you can allocate some of your funds to make the improvement in your business, right? These are the things that you need to understand as a business owner. Everybody want to jump into business. We got these different business consultants out there that just say start a business, whatever. But I have a corporate mindset. And for you to have a sustainable business, these are the things that you need to take into consideration. So this is just a recap before we end. When you start in the business, you start at what we call the pre-seed seed stage. You build and launch an early product version, right? Everything don't have to be perfect. It don't have to be 100%. You want to launch something where people can feel, taste, and touch, right? Just like when you go into the mall, people give you the little cup of the bourbon chicken, right? You testing it, right? You take the little cup, you take a little bite, you chew. If you like it, guess what? 9 out of 10, you might buy from them, right? The same thing with business. When you're launching a product or service, give out some free samples. Test the market. Get some feedback, which leads to number 2. You explore the market and future clients. Then you start getting your customers. You start bringing in some sales. You start bringing in some revenue. Then once you test the market, you start getting customers. Now you start getting a feel of how you need to polish your business model, which is the early stage. Now you get to make some changes. Now you're going to talk about, distributions. How can I sell my product and service? Do I need to sell it specifically 100% online, or do I need to be 90% online, 10% in person? Do I need a brick and mortar business? Do I need a delivery service? How can I distribute my product and service, right? Then you want to define your traction indicators, which is called KPIs, your key performance indicators, right? This will help you understand the growth of your business and where majority of your sales are located, right? If you have a brick and mortar business and you have an online presence and 90% of your customers are buying your product or services online, then you know you need to dedicate additional funds when you're doing marketing. You need to dedicate additional funds through your online marketing because that's where majority of your customers at. Why? Because you have tractions, you have key performance indicators that's telling you that, right? Then the later stage is seek ways to get ahead of competitors, right? What are your competitors doing that you can do better? Then you find opportunities to increase profits, right? So these are the step process that you need to take when starting a business. It may sound like a lot, and it may be, but it all depends on you. This is your business. It all depends on your exit strategy and what it is that you're trying to accomplish. If you missed that video, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I talk all about, different exit strategies, and that will help you with your business. So I hope you guys got some value today. Make sure you follow us, Crowd Wall Street, on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel where we host, trainings like this. We also do live interviews with entrepreneurs and Black businesses. Just make sure you follow us on there as well. I appreciate it. If you did hit comments, I did not see it. But again, I hope you guys understand now what product market fit is. For you to have a sustainable business, for you to have a profitable business, you have to understand your product market fit. Does your product or service solve a problem or add value to your target customers? Does it solve a problem or does it add value? Does it solve a problem or does it add value? If it doesn't do one or the other, you're going to have a problem. Understand your market. So if there's no questions, I hope you guys enjoyed this training. And again, for those that's on this live, if you want me to talk about something pertaining to business, any training that you want me to do, leave a comment here, or you can inbox me and just tell me anything that you want me to go over and train it. I will do that. Yep. Jessica Thomas, I'm reading it. Customer experience. I talk about this every day. Yep. Got to understand the customer experience. Value proposition. Yep. So again, man, anything you guys want me to go over and talk about, go ahead and you can leave it in the comment or you can inbox me. And one of these Sundays, I'll go over it. Again, so if you be so kind, you guys can contribute to our campaign. If you just came in on the back end of this video, you can watch the beginning of this video. I actually went over our website and our campaign. I was showing you guys how to contribute to our campaign. But we really appreciate it, man. We're looking to grow together as a team. We're looking to grow together as a community. If you haven't already joined our Facebook group, go ahead and join our Facebook group at Crowd Wall Street Group on Facebook, where, we do some of everything, pertaining to crowdfunding and things to that nature. So go ahead and join our Facebook group. Go ahead and create a free account on Crowd Wall Street. You can follow us on Instagram, Crowd Wall Street. So again, man, I appreciate the time. Hopefully I didn't take too much of your time. It took about 40, 45 minutes, 50 minutes. Share this video. See you guys next week. You'll be seeing Jessica Thomas live in effect to talk about her online shopping Zuri. We actually partner up with her company. So make sure you guys tune in this Wednesday. And again, if you have any suggestions as far as business topics that you want me to discuss, go ahead and leave them in the comment or you can inbox me personally, man. I appreciate you guys and see you guys next week.